Live. Shit. Have we been talking? Hold on. Were we just live? We've been doing the show. We weren't even live. Holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Listen.
Oh,
You're
shit.
the one that's baked. Holy shit.
I jinxed
We just went into an entire rant. We've been doing the show for the last 5 minutes, everybody. And I was like, why are there so little people on the stream? And I never hit the go live button. And I'm like,
I fucking hate YouTube, man. YouTube always has the weirdest shit.
I swear I hit that button. And everyone's like late. I'm like, we're on the air. What the fuck is going on? Now we're live.
Maybe it's an avant-garde art project.
All right, DeQwan, you're going to
Everyone's
have
just
to
saying wait.
remember exactly what you just said and repeat it verbatim.
Word for word.
Wait. Hold on. Let's start the show over. Hold on. Let's start it back again like we're supposed to. Hold on. I'm doing it all over. We're going back in time because this is the internet and we can. All right, let's do it. Hold on. Back here. Oh, yeah. Now it's the second issue of the Dumpster Fire since we did this introduction 5 fucking minutes ago. Even though it said we were live.
Because YouTube is a troll, man.
Yeah,
you
YouTube
know.
completely trolled and cucked us like the bitches we are. Yeah, we got a Super Bowl matchup. We got the Chiefs. We got the Niners. And Aaron Rodgers is not in the Super Bowl because apparently it's all his defense's fault. You know, I thought the Titans were gonna win. They did not.
I thought the Chiefs were going to win.
Yeah, well,
Just
you're
how I'm
smarter
thinking
than
about it.
my heart was bigger than my mind. There.
I thought the Packers were going to win because the NFL's rigged, but so
I thought so.
there's
too.
that.
All right, and we have a special guest with us tonight. Used to be, I don't know, I wouldn't consider him I don't hate people. I just dislike TPS. But now he's an ally, everyone.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Wait,
dun.
no, wait. I was leaving the march, so it'd be the opposite.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the Jedi one.
I don't even know. I just know that's the Empire. Yeah, the Jedi one's like all at the end when they're at the fire pit.
Nobody likes the happy shit.
Yeah. That's why Empire Strikes Back, best out of all of them to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All 9 of them. I'll take that.
The worst out of all of them was Attack of the Clones.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was just a snoozer. Nothing happened in that.
I fell asleep, I think, like 4 times.
I think I saw that once and I have no interest in seeing it again.
Well, what's his
Ever.
name? Hayden Christensen's acting was so bad. Like, I was like, who cast this motherfucker? Like,
Well, I remember like George Lucas made him get acting lessons because he was so bad at acting.
oh my god. All right. Anyways, so we've got an interesting thing that happened this weekend. Aaron Rodgers, for as great as he is, just
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
and we're demonetized.
Let's get it out the way.
Yeah.
Demonetization.
Yeah, so give
Aaron
us your
Rodgers
thoughts.
going home is the Super Bowl for Lions fans. This is what, once our season is over after week 3, this is what we love to see. Bears fans, miserable. Vikings fans, miserable. And then the piece de resistance is Aaron Rodgers going home early.
Yeah, he Barry, whom we had on this show, is an Aaron Rodgers stan for life, and I don't think he has any ties to Green Bay, but he's
a Philly fan, I think.
Yeah, he'll throw Tom Brady under the bus and then stan Aaron Rodgers, and he was citing statistics about, how Aaron Rodgers' defense has given up 37 plus points. I will say this before I turn it over to you, Quan. Aaron Rodgers' style does lend to the fact of giving up a lot of points. He does not like to hand the ball off, and if he's not hot, he's going to be a 3-and-out master. And he was not hot on Sunday. Okay, so you can make what you want of that data.
I don't think that this is a good sample size, but I'm really ready to add it to the narrative of he doesn't show up in the playoffs, because that San Fran defense is just unreal, man. Like the front four, then the linebackers flying around everywhere, and you still got a good secondary. And then the Niners just controlled the ball. I didn't expect them to get whopped like they did. But, I mean, if you got to go through, I know he goes through ultimate lengths to try to, bring that comparison to closer to what it is. But I'm going to turn it on its head. Matt Stafford is better than Aaron Rodgers. The last 5 seasons, look it up. Bring the player comparison to my Twitter, to anywhere. I want Matt Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers player comparison.
Wow.
That ain't no hot take. That's a fact.
You've been held in captivity for so long, DeQwan, that you're.
This is the first thing
This is a national holiday for all of us. The Packers fans talk shit, and now we're dunking on them.
Listen. Despite everything I've said in every video you've ever seen, I think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever exist.
Oh, without question. I went through his stats. His playoff records, just the amount. Just if you look at playoff wins alone, he's the greatest. But I like to just rib at him because I know it triggers Pats fans. That's the only reason that I just go at Brady. It's not about challenging his greatness. It's about triggering people, for me, anyways.
I think Patriots fans, because they're so spoiled now. Hey, we've had the last 20 years of success. You can't criticize us. Hey, man, I'll say fuck Tom Brady sometimes too. They got their ass kicked this year. He looked like shit in some stints. But I mean, those guys, like the teams that win, I'm like complete. Football has robbed me of everything. Like I can't cheer for a winning team. I played football for like 16 years or so, so my brains are probably mush. So I don't have any joy when I watch the Lions. This is like, your expectations are on the floor. So it's just, hey, man, I just hope both teams go out and they have a great time playing the sport that they love.
Yeah, I can see how being a Lions fan has soured you from the football. All right, we've got a bunch of snapper chats here that have assembled as we're going through the drill. I think Tree, can you start? I think we got a $50 one to start off the show.
Oh yeah, one of them. Beast of Metal 1989 was first though. It appears Pat Mahomes is the human embodiment of Anatolia's mercenary, the mech pilot who scrapped Berlioz and his team of elite mechs in Marche au Supplice, the pivotal mission of Armored Core 4. Yeah,
the Chiefs got it done.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was watching that Mahomes run. Like, I knew when the Titans went 3-and-out before the half, I knew they were losing. Because they had to be perfect because of that offense. And Mahomes, like, literally couldn't be tackled because the Titans didn't know what tackling form was for, like, a couple seconds. And I was just, like, sitting there, like, how did he even score a touchdown? He should have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Titans had everything that they wanted. They were up 10. They got out in front of the Chiefs. They were running the ball. The only problem is they never were up 10 with the ball. So
they ran out of gas.
Yeah, so whenever they got up 10, they couldn't stop Mahomes. And I don't think anyone can honestly stop Mahomes. I think that he is going to score on the 49ers.
You're going to have to outduel them. It's the only way.
I think it's going to be real. It's the rhythm thing. Like, you got 2 weeks to prepare, and Jimmy G it's like Tannehill the first 2 weeks. He didn't have to throw the ball. So now you're asking him, hey, you're going to have to lead us. And you're off the last 2 weeks because you're not getting those throws. You're not doing everything you need to. So it's going to be interesting to see how the 49ers come out because, man, when the Chiefs get going, they get going.
Yeah, they are the greatest show on turf, but on frozen grass in Kansas City. You know, like if they were an indoor turf team, they would have put up 90 a game. But
Yeah,
they are so excited. And Pat Mahomes is, I know
He's good.
Yeah, I know Broncos fans hate him, but he's going to be good, and he's going to be good for a long, long time. Ryan Irwin, go ahead.
Imagine sitting in the Chicago Bears war room before the draft and just saying, "Hey, man, Mitch Trubisky, that's our guy.
That is our guy."
Trading up multiple mid-round picks to move up one slot.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
our guy."
When you could have had Patty.
And now you don't have to deal with Mahomes comparisons. The guy you should have picked was Deshaun Watson. You get to deal with those comparisons too.
Yeah, you passed on 2 generational talents for Mitch Kissin' Titties.
For
a guy that
a backup.
cannot
Have
throw.
fun.
Yeah, the guy that cannot throw to his left. Mm-hmm.
That's not my problem.
Yep. Ryan Irwin for $50. Happy MLK Day, guys. Thank you. First of all,
man.
why the fuck am I a Mets fan? Yeah, I ask the same question all the time. Carlos Beltran didn't deserve this shit. Rehire him. Also, I'm happy Green Bay got exposed. Finally,
Oh yeah.
I bet that someone donates $1,000 on this channel soon. Holy shit. Someone's going to do it. It's going to happen.
Dude.
Let's do it
If
tonight.
they do that, I'm going to just literally just jump out a window.
There's somebody out there
All right.
that has the money.
They have
that
the
wants
capital.
to do it.
I just don't understand why you would give it to us.
I don't know why you do it, man.
Right.
That's rent money.
Right. We're terrible people.
Like, don't get me wrong. We appreciate it, but it's just like, dude, priorities.
Right. We don't.
This is the priority.
All right.
I want to do something historic tonight. Let's do that tonight.
You want to make history, is what it is.
Yes.
I think the punishment, though, I think if someone does two $500 back to back, and we kind of talked about this earlier, I would have to get put in makeup, and Tree would have to get put in makeup, and we would have like eyeshadow and everything. And
So you remember on Twitter the Falcons fan that ate the hat?
yeah.
I will. If you get $1,000 tonight, I will eat a Lions hat.
You'll eat a Lions hat?
I will eat a Lions hat.
Holy fuck. And you're not even, well, we'll slide you 100 of it. If we get 1,000, I'll give you 100 of it. Just like we're at Vegas and somehow I won a big hand and from taking your cards,
Yeah.
I would give you some of my chips. All right. You'll eat a
We get
Lions
1,000,
hat.
you eat a
No.
Lions hat.
How about this? If you want to really earn that 100, you got to do something. Well, see, you're too happy right now. You're too happy that
A
Rodgers lost.
long film session of the Lions' failures.
Yeah.
Something like that, but I don't know how.
It has to be a
sensitized
punishment.
for it.
Like eating a hat, yeah, that's pretty bad, but that it has to be something like you have to wear an Aaron Rodgers t-shirt or something, Aaron Rodgers the GOAT t-shirt. Mm-hmm. You'd have to take back everything you just said about Aaron.
Listen, I would rather eat the hat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
We were considering like having to make a nice video about the Eagles, but that's off the table. That's not happening.
God, no, dude. Nobody likes the Eagles.
All right,
Worse, it would have to be the Flyers.
It has to be somewhat humiliating. Or the other one was recreating the TikTok video, the Jets TikTok video. I'll be on the right, and then Tree, you be on the left taking the snap.
Good.
All right, so those are.
I think I've had enough humiliation for the past few weeks.
It's
and
we got to think of something for DeQwan though. Eating a hat, I
Listen,
don't want to tear up your.
bad.
Yeah,
I think that guy's still alive.
He's still alive.
I think so.
Your intestines would.
I'm too lazy to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't self-harm. That's right. You can't. That sounds like too much self-harm. Wearing makeup is not. Oh, Tree wearing a Tom Wilson jersey would be hilarious.
Tom Wilson jersey would be interesting.
All right.
I'll keep on going then. Ryan Irwin for 888. Finally, a Super Bowl without New England. Only thing is that the halftime show and ads will still suck. And oh, yes, Joe Buck is calling the game. Help. Joe Buck is calling the game. Ah, shit. Actually, that'd be a good idea. I could probably do like some cheap-ass play-by-play during the broadcast and call it a half-ass stream.
You know what was so sad, though, was going from the 3:30 broadcast where you had Nance and Romo to Buck and Aikman at 6 o'clock. And you're just, it was like going from, a top level titty bar to one of those outside the city joints.
Monday during lunch.
Pass is caught.
That's
pretty much about 50 times a game.
Right. But Tony, Romo also kind of rambles a little bit, but at least it's something relevant or interesting to the game. He's like, they might kind of just do this right here. Let's see. No, didn't happen. But
I think Aikman's really good. He gets away with a couple of things, but he's really good. Like it's just, I think it's just Joe Buck being next to him is, if you put him with a better broadcast partner, I think he would be really, I don't think he would be as good as Romo, but he's pretty good compared to what he's sitting next to.
Yeah, you're right. Buck is like, I don't know.
He's just mediocrity.
It is really hard for us to criticize these guys because they are super talented and they've been doing this for years, and they would run us in circles. Like if Tree and I commentated a game, we would suck so bad. Like we'd be like,
we keep colliding into each other.
I'd be like
That's
looking through my notes. I'd be like, all right, how many touchdowns did the fucking play's over? Shit. All right.
The key is in preparation.
Go to the next.
That's the key with playing a game.
Here. Yeah. I used to try to do play-by-plays on my Madden videos, and I was terrible.
I've done it every once in a while, but I haven't done it in years.
You would probably be better at me. Play-by-play is hard because you got to be articulate.
Well, it's got to be constant, and it has to be like free-flowing.
Yes. L. Chris for 5. I showed my girlfriend Taylor the dumpster fire. She said Tree looked like an overstuffed Polish sausage in the romper. Favorite food for Super Bowl? Does Taylor find me attractive? That's what I want to know. Because if so,
she likes your shiny bald head.
Blind, like my wife. Favorite food for the Super Bowl is a good one. I like nachos. I'm gonna just say
chips and salsa are pretty good.
I
like that. Yeah. The Super Bowl is more like a finger food type.
Buffalo chicken dip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finger food sounds good as a noun, but as a verb, not so much.
To finger food.
Yes. You want finger food the noun. All right. Yeah, I like just nachos. I'm boring. I don't like taquitos, though. I don't like when someone brings cold-ass taquitos from the fucking ride, and it's like, come on now. Taquitos are only good out of the oven. Don't bring them to my house.
Or you preheat them in the oven.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I do.
Yeah. You can eat pigs in a blanket cold, but taquitos don't. They're coming out the wrong end. And fast. Plan B skateboarding for $4.99 in wake of 2 defensive backs arguing on social media. Who would you guys rather take in their prime, Revis or Sherman?
That's tough.
I don't think in their prime. I'm taking Revis all day.
Revis Island. I'm thinking that too. I'm leaning.
Yeah, Revis was pretty much shut down. He had a whole side of the field. Sherman was good, but he kind of had help, right? He had Earl Thomas. He had Cam Chancellor.
He's more like the argument is he's more of a zone corner. Yeah. So Revis played man way better.
That's true. Revis in his prime, though, would shut down anybody. I mean, that's how they got to back-to-back AFC championship games, was basically on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Sanchez. Yeah, I think it's unanimous. Darrell Revis Island. But you know what? We've talked about this on the show, though. Like, best corner in the league is a title you only have for about 1 year. In the
because
NFL.
it's hard to maintain it because the level of production is not going to be the same because they're going to game plan against you or do something different at you. So like this year it was Gilmore or Tre'Davious White, and then like last year it was Jalen Ramsey.
2 years ago, Marcus Peters.
Yep, Norman. Josh Norman was the shutdown guy,
Now Josh Norman is completely cooked.
Yep, Janoris Jenkins was in that conversation. And now he's just absolute trash, So it's a short window to live on that island. The man of constant sorrow, Elias for 5. Sucks how it ended, but at least it was a fun season. Go Pack go. Ooh, DeQwan, not liking that.
Boo that man. as loud as you can boo from whatever room you are in your house.
Boo.
Boo. Nah, I'm not booing him. He gave me $5.
I'm saying boo earns. Boo earns.
Boo earns.
Boo earns. I was saying boo earns.
I was saying boo earns.
That's actually pretty good.
My son always, he tells me I'm doing it wrong.
Old man impression.
What's that? What'd you say? Oh, he disappeared. Nobody's gay for Mole Man.
Everybody's gay for the old man and that bald head.
Yep.
You do a bald head better than Mole Man.
Football in the groin. All right. Hans Mole Man laugh per appearance is probably the highest on the Simpsons.
Probably high. I would say he's up there with Dr. or Troy McClure too.
Oh yeah, Ralphie. Dr. Nick is also good.
Dr. Nick, yeah.
I was gonna say Dr. Nick.
The B guy is also amazing because he's like, "Hola, ¿qué es el dilio?"
Lionel Hutz.
He's
up there.
Yeah.
Anytime Phil Hartman was on there, it was amazing.
Yeah,
Did you see that Hank Azaria is going to stop doing a poo?
Yeah. I'm amazed by that. It's not a poo is like.
I thought it would be the millennials, but it's the Gen Zers that ruin the world.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Apu wasn't even that offensive. It's like a positive role model. He was a guy who worked his way up. He was an immigrant. He became a citizen of the United States. He owns his own convenience store. He has 8 kids. Yeah, listen, I didn't see him as much of a stereotype.
No, some of the earlier ones.
Do a 360 windmill from the free throw line. If anybody has something to complain about, it's me.
My favorite team is the 9 Mets. All right. We could do Simpsons all day. All right, Tree, take it over.
I will do, sir. Let's go with Beast of Metal, 1989. This week in random NASCAR controversies, watches the ass birth of a fan base shames Kyle Larson into apology after he declares win in prestigious Chili Bowl dirt race closer to heart than assortment of random cup wins. Is the Chili Bowl, I'm guessing, around his home and what he grew up watching?
I was adjusting the volume. I gotta reread this. Watch his birth. Who is causing controversy in NASCAR? What is the Daytona's in a month, less than a month out.
Kyle Larson he said he declared a win in a Chili Bowl dirt race. Closer to his heart than some random cup wins.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. So he's basically shitting on the cup. Like he'd rather.
No, I'm thinking just like the dirt race was apparently very prestigious.
Oh, hey, dude, Quan, how old are you?
33.
Okay. So maybe you never stayed up late at night watching short track dirt racing on ESPN, like when there was only one ESPN. Like
yeah. So listen, sometimes I would watch NASCAR races on Fox we didn't have cable sometimes. So like that was it was either watch NASCAR races and go outside, and I'm from Michigan, so it was either go outside and freeze to death or sit and be bored to death. Sometimes I had to be bored to death.
Dude, because I'm a little older. When ESPN was the only sports, they used to run reruns of USFL games on there. Yeah. Like the Calgary Stampede or whatever, I forget, the Rough Riders or whatever, they would just crush the Washington. Like the Washington team was always terrible, and they would just get smashed into the ground. And I'd be like, oh, that's my team? Okay. But then I realized, like, because they were the only team that was close to me geographically, but my dad was from New York, so that's how I ended up liking all the New York teams. But when I was a kid, I'd had no allegiance to the USFL, so I was like, all right, I'll follow the Washington team. And they got crushed. I was like, nah, that's it for Washington teams. They're all sorry.
In the USFL.
What's that?
I said, who really had allegiance to any team in the USFL?
Nobody. Not even Herschel Walker did. He was like, fuck this shit.
There's one Trump did, but that's another story.
Yeah.
New Jersey Generals.
Yep.
He'd go on to be something greater.
Uh-huh. All right, Tree, keep her going.
Oh, yeah. TIE Fighter, 94 for 5. This may be the first likable Super Bowl matchup we have in a while. Even as a Titans fan who wish we made it, I don't mind this matchup at all. It has compelling storylines.
That's very honorable of you to say that. That your team, like most people when they lose to a team. My dad, when I was young, he'd always be like, look, when you lose to a guy, you shake his hand and then you root for him because you want to say that you lost to the best, right? Nowadays, everyone is like, fuck that motherfucker. Like, he just beat me. I want him to feel that same pain that he just made me feel. Like, there's no class anymore. But that is classy right there from TIE Fighter to say, hey, he's not upset that the Chiefs went on. No.
I think the thing with Titans fans, too, is they've went a lot further than most people projected them to. They took out the Ravens.
And the Patriots. Like, they were ball. I swore that they were the team of destiny. It just lets you know how hard it was for the Giants to actually pull it off twice. But
Steelers did it.
Yep.
2005.
Yeah, okay. Why are you bringing up old shit? All right.
I don't know. I thought you were too, asshole.
Oh,
James M&A for 5.
Recent.
Well, everyone was watching the boring NFC Championship game. Patty Kane got his 1,000th point. I'll be at the game tomorrow. Coach Q.
Yeah, Patty Kane, 1,000 points. Wow. Quan, do you follow hockey at all?
Not as I watch playoff hockey. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And the Red Wings been trash the last few years.
Yeah, they used to be really good. It's been a long 10 years since that cup.
Yeah.
It's been a long 10 years. But yeah, I mean, now that football's winding down, I'm starting to get more into hockey and basketball and but yeah, Patty Kane has been very good for a long, long time. He's probably going to go down as the greatest American hockey player ever. Don't you think?
One of them anyway.
Yeah.
One of them.
Who do you think is the greatest American hockey player of all time?
Well, I mean, Madonna would probably be up there. Madonna's American, right?
Yes, he is.
Would you consider Brett Hull American since he defected or Canadian?
I was going to say Brett Hull would be the next.
It's Lemieux's American, right?
No, he's Canadian.
Brian Leach is a good one. John LeClaire.
Leach LaFontaine.
Yeah, Pat LaFontaine. Anybody else that would you consider the great? I think. Trying
to think maybe some goalies.
Kane is right there though. Who's the greatest American goalie? Come on.
Probably say what? Belfour's Canadian. Cujo's Canadian.
Yeah. Come on.
Ryan Miller?
Ryan
Miller's pretty good.
Ryan Miller, that's it. That's all we got. Come on.
There's probably a bunch of others.
Jonathan Quick is American. Jonathan Quick is probably the greatest American.
Was Richter American?
Richter is Canadian.
Keith Tkachuk.
But he's an
adopted. That's the name I have.
Tkachuk is a good one.
Tkachuk. Mike Bossy is Canadian.
They're saying John Van Beesbrook.
Quick is probably the greatest. Van Beezer, he's American. Richter is American. Oh, yeah, Richter is American. You're right. Sorry. Connor Hellebuck. Tim Howard. Tim Coward. All right.
Tim Howard. Let's keep on going. Adler beat W for 5. Not NFL, but the Braves signed King Felix to a minor league contract. Wasting of his career is complete, and the M's are even more pathetic for it.
Why would you do that? Why would King Felix come back? Like he had the whole send-off.
The athletic drive. You know what it is? He wants to pitch in the playoffs. They still have those dreams, even though his arm's completely shot.
Yeah, him and
I don't even know if he makes it out of spring training, but we'll see.
Him and Lincecum, man, like just guys that were at the top and then completely blew out their arms.
Yeah, or they had too much mileage on their arms. I mean, they both made a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. Good work of you. You know, one time Tim Lincecum tried to get into the ballpark and they didn't let him in because they thought that he was some kid trying to come in, and he was like, "I'm fucking Tim Lincecum, like I'm the Cy Young Award-winning pitcher for the San Francisco Giants," and they're like, "Nah, dude, you're like
ID or get out."
Yep. All right, where are we?
Smith for 5. Finally, after 19 years of watching the Chiefs fall harder than AB last year, they are AFC champs, baby. Many a drink will be had to honor DT and others.
You know what? During that game, I started. I had a rare moment of just sympathy for Andy Reid. Like I was like, all right, just let it go, let it. You know what I mean? Like I'll sacrifice the memes for Andy Reid
Yeah.
to finally end this stupid fucking narrative.
Memes are cyclical. Like Reed choking's kind of gotten stale. Bill O'Brien's the new hot meme.
Yeah, thank you, Bill O'Brien. Like
new memes are birthed from the ashes of
I don't think
those.
Bill O'Brien doesn't have the personality Andy Reid does.
No,
You're
but
right.
he's a terrible head coach who has diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, he's just bad.
Yeah, and
he doesn't have personality. He's bad.
And I think the thing that makes Bill O'Brien so memeable is the pure stupidity and lack of logic behind his decision making that makes the everyman look at him and say, "Man, you're a fucking idiot."
What did he say in the press conference after the game? That was like big news.
I forget. I don't know. It must have been something stupid.
Yeah.
Does he like he doesn't look at analytics or something like that, or I don't know. It was something about it. But let's call a fake punt when we're up 17
on your own 30.
Yeah, on your own 30. Yeah.
That was a terrible decision. I think
and you didn't go for it on a 4th and inches.
So I was arguing with somebody. What do you think was the catalyst for that whole turnaround? Like, I want to know what would have happened if they didn't go for the fake punt, but I don't think the field goal was a bad decision there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but the problem is, like, you did two completely opposite trains of thought.
Yeah.
You don't go for it on the 10, but you go for it on your own 30 on a 4th and 4. That doesn't make sense to me.
It seemed like he was like, man, we should have gone for it at 4th and inches. Let's go for it now. When like he has no like application of decision making by situation. He's just
first
like,
night, like most coaches write down their plans. Like if you're in a situation, do this. He's just like, see what we got here.
Yep. I see you putting in work there, Omega. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Where are we here? What?
We're at Scott's Talks.
Scott's Talks for $5. Joe Buck isn't that bad of an announcer. Changed my mind. That's what I'm saying. Like I respect his talent. I just
think he's mediocre. Like he's passable.
Yeah.
Just I don't think he should be a headlining announcer.
He's called some of the most famous calls though of all.
I think the Randy Moss thing is where he lost everybody when he blew that proportion.
Yeah, that's true. That was a disgusting act. What, him simulating mooning someone?
Yeah. Like that was like the one thing that he's like gotten really excited about calling, and it was like you look back at it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, he could have been like, all right, that's interesting. All right, can we cut away from that? Like that would have been the move, but
yeah.
He's better at calling at baseball. I'll agree, but he's not that great with baseball either. That was a disgusting act. I like the part where he rubs his ass on the goalpost too.
Yeah.
That must have sucked to be a Lions fan back then when both the Lions and the Vikings were good, or I mean both the Pack and the Vikings were good.
I think we had about 3 or 4 years of joy. 91, I was like 6. I didn't really remember it. But 94, and I think it was 96. 96, Yancey Thigpen dropped a touchdown pass against the Packers that would have put the Lions as division champions. And I'll never forget that play as long as I live. It was snowing. I was in my house and I saw him drop it and it just like ran out all crazy. I got so many like terrible Lions memories. I could write a book about them.
Was that Scott Mitchell? Was that the quarterback?
I think Mitchell got hurt and Dave Craig took over.
Oh my God.
Dave Craig. Jesus.
Wow. I think that's one thing that I just have this relationship with football as a fan that where when you're a kid and you're just watching it by yourself, and those moments happen where either it's extreme joy or extreme disappointment. That's what has made me a fan like my whole life. Like when you first sit down and watch it by yourself and just enjoy a game like that, whether it's the disappointment or not. Like, that's how you know you're a fan. You're like, holy shit, that was bad or that was great. But anyways,
yeah, I don't have too many of the that was great moments.
Dodger of Zion for 5. Imagine trying to stream for charity only to discover that the payment system is fucked. As a result, the charity gets nothing. That was my day. Yeah, Dodge put out that she was charity streaming, and it all fucked up. So sorry about that. Dodge is sick, so she can't. She's not going to be able to check in tonight with us. And then Scott's talks again. Andy Reid versus Kyle Shanahan in the choke bowl. I have to give Kyle Shanahan a lot of credit. His team, he had the game plan that they did not expect. So, I mean, yeah, it's easy to just run the ball, but I think that they were trying to play a drop back zone. And he was like, fuck it, we're going to run it. And Jimmy G's only going to throw 8 times. And they controlled the ball. And they got up 27-0, and he very smartly and actually calculatingly learned his lesson from the Super Bowl and put that game away when it should have been put away, and he did it. So here I am in 2020 praising Kyle Shanahan.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, you can't get fooled again.
Yep, that's right. That's right, George W. Nah, he must have. I bet you when he went to bed after that game, he was like, how do I prevent this from ever happening again? And that's
running the ball.
Yep. Oh, dude, they just ran wild on the Packers. Like, they put that game away in the first half and said, you are not coming back. And that's how you do it. You've got to do it that way. In today's NFL, with the refs helping everyone out, like you've got to do it that way. Crazy Codger for 2. The Bears make me sad. Bill Lazor was a bad hire. The Bears make a lot of people sad.
Bears always do that.
Yeah.
I think that the Bears will make everybody happy when they sign Mitch Trubisky long term.
They'll make everyone in their division happy.
Dear Mitch,
look at how they're tripling down on him now.
Dear Mitch Trubisky, we think you're doing a great job. Here is a 7-year contract signed Lions fans, Packers fans, Vikings fans.
And Chiefs and Texans fans.
Oh, yes. Because every time that he does something terrible, Chiefs and Texans fans are like, thank you.
And add 49ers fans to that.
How many times? I think they mentioned that like in every broadcast that the Bears played in when he had a bad game. I'm going to say the over-under was at least 6 times.
They're going to be mentioning it for about 25 years.
Don't they have a scout? Didn't they learn their lesson with Cutler? Like, shouldn't they have a scout that reads someone's body language and can tell that they're not interested in playing quarterback? Like, Trubisky does not look like he fucking cares. I mean, I know he does. I'm sure he cares more than Cutler, but his body language, just when, he's just like, fuck, it's odd that they draft 2 consecutive guys with high picks that sort of are kind of the same guy, it's weird. Anyways, Tree, take it over.
I will do, sir. Let's go for Greg Godin for 5. As a Packers fan, I had a feeling we were going to lose, but holy shit, that was painful to watch. I guess we needed to be humbled, but why the fuck now?
Because the Lord works in mysterious ways.
The football gods are cruel motherfuckers. You have to learn that immediately. That's the only way.
I think it was all the ats on Twitter to you, Tree, specifically about how you called them the false 13-3 team, and it just finally added up to becoming a reality. That's what happened. And then you got to dunk on them with that tweet that I think has 5,000 likes or something now.
I don't know. I got like a good bit of them, but whatever.
Tree gets like 2,000 like tweets like they're nothing, and I'm over here like, oh, thank you for those 300 likes on my little tiny dick tweets.
Twitter is weird though, man.
Meanwhile, Tree slaps his tweets on the table. All right.
Pretty much. Like, I can do like updates from like an office and get like 1,000 likes. I'm like, what the fuck? People like this shit.
You also have like 50,000 followers now, right?
I think like 45,000. Like I get a
Crazy.
good boost like during football season.
That's powerful though. It's like when The Rock used to come out and he would drop the microphone and just look to the crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tree is the most famous out of.
I would love that.
I don't know if I'd say famous, man. I'm a fucking shit poster. That's all.
Here we go with the humility stuff.
Hey, humility, man. I don't give a shit.
You know, he looks at, he at night before he goes to bed, he puts the romper on and flexes and looks at himself. He's like,
that'll be happening in a few months, not now. Uncultured Barbarian for 5. Packers are 2 years into a roster flip with a new GM and a rookie head coach. Even though their QB is a diva, I think they'll be fine. The problem is you got to make sure your QB's in prime form.
How many?
The only way you reach your full potential.
How many years does Aaron Rodgers have? He's getting up there. Look at his face, man. Have you seen how old he looks in that helmet now? He's not spry Aaron Rodgers. You know?
Well,
he's had some decline.
He had to carry the team under McCarthy for all those years.
Yeah, his back is sore.
Hold on your back.
Yeah.
I think, man, I don't know, with Breeze and Brady playing into their 40s, I think he's got a little bit of time left.
If he, it's obvious that those three guys really take care of themselves, but yeah, I don't know how much football Aaron Rodgers really has left. He hasn't talked as much about. He's actually been more realistic about the end of the road than say Breeze or Brady has. You know, so that'll be another question. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk about where Brady is next year. Maybe. Keep it going, Tree.
Yes, sir. Let's go for a couple C. Reynolds. Brad Marchand is a dollar store Koksal Baba. And right on cue, the whining about cultural appropriation begins about the Chiefs.
I find, even though I make fun of the Redskins relentlessly for their logo, which is pretty racist, I don't find the Chiefs to be as, like, there's Native Americans in Kansas City. Like, I don't find the tomahawk chop as bad in that setting. Like, I don't know why.
Tomahawk chop, I just find as corny. Like, that's all I really.
I don't think it's like particularly racist. I mean, what is a chant that you could do that could piss off an entire ethnicity? Like,
well, didn't they have that rally in Virginia today? They got something you can do.
No, I'm just saying like a chant. Like, I'm Asian. Like, you can't just you can't play nung 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 as your rally cry. Like, no one's gonna get behind that. Like, it's not gonna be funny or even cool. But the tomahawk chop, it's catchy. It's like, whoa! Did Indians really?
That shit go up. Like, if you look and watch, like, that shit go up in the stadium, man. I kind of want to be a part of one of those one day.
I know. It definitely looks fun. I don't know.
And it'd be loud as hell in there, too.
All right. So we're demonetized after my... I can do that, though. I can do that.
Yeah, that was a real unique...
We've been mega demonetized. Looks like somebody said we got $100 dono.
Oh, where? When did we get $100?
I don't know.
Someone did 100 and we didn't see it? I'm not
seeing it.
Looks
like it didn't update. Yeah, it looks like it just did. He A2K7.
Oh, did he retract? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it didn't show up.
Oh, why is it not in the queue up here? Like, it should be like, damn, you give 100 fucking
because YouTube is stupid.
All right, read it.
F-U-C-K the Packers. That is all. That's something we could all get.
Yeah. Correct.
You read that in Hie's voice, pretty much. Hie's pretty talented. He should do. I mean, if he wasn't busy being rich, you know, and being a successful person, he would do YouTube, right?
Yeah, he has a real job and shit.
Yeah, he's got like a real life. All right, what's
a life? I don't know what it is. We're at sorry, C. Reynolds. I have one more. You lol cows forgot to hit the live button.
Yeah. The show is called Dumpster Fire. The Dumpster Fire.
We had a really good conversation too.
Yeah. It was getting there.
We were in the pocket. We were totally hitting on all these salient points, and then I realized we weren't even on the air. All right, Ben Steele. Tree, are we getting an AB update vid soon?
Maybe. Like, because like most of the point is just like talking about throwing bags of dicks and fighting with Logan Paul and rap.
I think we've become desensitized to AB, right?
Yeah, like I've stopped paying attention
yeah,
to him, to be
Let
completely
it
honest with
over.
you.
I think the only ending for the AB story is like him like being found dead in some like masturbatory autoerotic asphyxiation, and then that's it. Like that's the only ending in the story, which will be tragic, but he can't do anything now that isn't, that isn't shocking, right?
I don't think that. I think that's him. I actually worked with him. Like I filmed a couple of his workouts. I
Uh-huh.
just think that's him, man. He's like eccentric. Like he show up whatever he want, do whatever he want, live that lifestyle.
But okay, so you film one of his workouts. Does he not work out hard as shit and do everything like the way that you wanted a football player to do it?
Yeah, like he works out really hard. He's athletic. He's a high level athlete, but I mean, it's just you don't know if he'll show up sometimes or if he won't show up sometimes.
And we've talked about this on the show. That's like that must be maddening. I don't know how Tomlin controlled it for so long, but he does all the little things that you would want a receiver to do, except for what's between his ears.
When you win, winning is the cure all. Like they were in contention with Super Bowls and all that, and winning and everything, and then things started to get a little thick the last few years, and now it's like, all right, man, you can't be doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
they pretty much let him just have carte blanche and do whatever he wanted, and that was the way to really get him to perform in the field. And even then, that wasn't enough.
Yeah, and clearly, once you take the field away from him, he becomes this attention-seeking,
Yeah, Antonio Brown's issue was like the massive chip on his shoulder was the reason he became a great wide receiver. It's also the main reason for his downfall. It never went away.
Yeah, it's sad. Whoa. All right, Brandon Davis for 3720. I need to hear Tree rip the fraud Packers apart as a satisfied Bears fan reveling in their demolition. When will the narrative of Rodgers being unable to elevate the team in crucial moments?
This is Rodgers 36.
Golly. He's got 2 more years.
Yeah,
I would say. Two productive years, and if he decides to hang on after that. The defense the defense didn't get off the field, that's for sure, but at the same time, when they score, you got to score, right?
The whole team played like shit, and it's pretty much vindicated everything I've said.
Yeah. A lot of people today, a lot of sports talk radio was like they were the most fraud 13-3 team.
I've been saying this for weeks. You just had to watch them play.
Yeah. It was
if they had won convincingly, I wouldn't have called them frauds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Giants in 2000 went 12-4, and I knew the whole year I was like, how is this team doing this? Like, when
2017 Steelers 13-3. Saw the way they played. Oh, they played like shit for most of the game. They're somehow against awful opponents. They didn't play a legit quarterback. Oh, look, Antonio Brown made a great catch, or Juju did something outstanding. Boswell hits a 50 to 55-yard field goal. Steelers win. Everything's fine. And then they go face Jacksonville and get their asses.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone's going to expose you. It's like, because I'm so tough. It's like being in the street. Someone will check you eventually, and you'll find out how real you are. That's why
they want ugly every game, and it's just like the same damn thing. They should be crushing opponents, yet they let them back into the game and somehow squeak out with a win. And it happened for weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how. I mean, you have to earn those wins, but at the same time, when you
everyone kept saying like, "Oh, they're 13-3. You shouldn't be complaining." It's like I don't give a shit.
Yeah. People get win-loss records don't mean anything in the playoffs, as the Patriots and the Ravens found out. They found that out hard. Steve
Saints
L
found out too.
Steve L 499. Go Niners. To see the 49ers are in, we are going to shock the world. They very well could. I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
don't think they're really that shocking.
That's
I saw them as good until like week 5 and 6.
Yeah,
they've been beating the shit out of teams.
Yeah, they've looked good. But they won 4 games last year, right? I mean, the Giants beat them last year on Monday night. So, I mean, it's amazing the turnaround time. They got Bosa. They got Jimmy Garoppolo healthy. Remember who was the quarterback last year?
Nick Mullins. They had a CJ Beathard for a hot minute. Like, their whole team was injured by week 3. Yeah. That's why they sucked last year.
And now they're good.
I just didn't know how they were going to be this good. I thought they were more like, 7-9, 8-8, that sort of thing.
I want to go back. Read the next snapper. I want to go back and look at our NFL predictions.
Oh, yeah. Beast of Metal 1989 for 5. You'll like this one, DeQwan. TPS isn't people. TPS is a solid corporate entity with no creativity whatsoever, much like the energy industry and most of rock radio. Another CPS for 2. TPS stands for thieving punk-ass scumfucks.
That's a good curse right there. I like that.
Yes.
I have a lot of sentiments that I feel like I kind of only scratched the surface, but yeah, man, like the last 2 years or year and a half, I was miserable. Like, I think there's a couple of people that follow me on Twitter, and one video dropped and they said, "Hey man, are you okay? Because you look lifeless in the video that you just did." I said, you know what? I am, because that shit is terrible.
I just don't know how you're just like
a content farm, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's all.
For them to be called a corporate entity is a stretch. Like, I don't think it's that advanced. I think it's basically like one guy, right? I mean,
it's a few. It's not far-fetched to say that they're a corporate entity because that's how they operate. They think that the system is better than the host and the content, and so they put all their eggs into the system basket. So they put all of these systems in place, their templates and all these things that kind of operate like a corporation, and all of the parody accounts, they tweet deck and they work in sync to spread it's a good signal boost. Like, if they used it with more integrity, it'd be a good way to do it.
Yeah, but there isn't any integrity with it.
Yeah,
they steal people's content. They steal people's ideas. Like, they've stolen 3 or 4 of my videos. And just the one thing that's interesting to me, and we're just talking now, and I haven't really publicly said much about them. The one thing is, you go back and look at their videos, like, most of their videos that they produce now are shit for views, like 10, 15K views. Like, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but like, if I produce a vid that's only 15K views, I'm really upset about that. Like, that means I'm trash. And they do that like all the time. And then they'll get lucky and they'll do a category that's a video that's similar to something that's really big at the time. And that'll get like 1.2 or 1.3 million. And that'll save their fucking month. You know what I mean?
It depends what the algorithm clicks on.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
But most of their content is trash.
So here's the smoke screen right here. The directive was given to make videos that will always be watchable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think around a year and a half ago, like, they realized the 10-minute thing with the ads. So that's when they started doing the longer content where every NFL's team's best play on Sunday, like stuff like that. So when they would do those, like, we started our first couple of videos. When I came, I was kind of like fleshing everything out. I would be the on-camera talent that would try stuff. The videos were like 5 minutes. They were cool. It took me, I would make like 4 or 5 a week. And then it turned into, okay, we're making big money off of this. Let's make everything longer. So the list, like, they would send me lists that were like 2,000 words, and it would be a whole bunch of terrible opinions and shit. I would cut that shit in half and be like, I'm not saying that. This is stupid. This is stupid. So I would, like, the first year, I was changing a lot of stuff. And then Mike started taking over. He wouldn't listen to the writers because he didn't like the writers' opinions. So everything he did was kind of off the cuff. So I kind of caught on to what they were doing when I would get two scripts that were basically the same category, or it was something that I did last week with a verse or a paragraph that was the same from a script that was like a week ago. So all it is a bunch of copy and paste template mixing for, like you said, the algorithm. They just find videos that are always searchable.
Yeah, well, the thing is like they should be doing better, honestly. I mean, with that much firepower, they should be killing it. But they're
momentum's a strange thing, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have it, and then sometimes you burn it out so fast that you lose it.
When you drop the 10-year memes video collab we did, I went and checked their social blade, and they lost like 4,000 followers that week. And I think that was like,
damn.
What?
They lost 1,000, then lost 1,000, and lost 1,000, lost 1,000, and then they got them back. So like, I don't want to say that made me feel good, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I thought that video was well executed. That was fun to do because
yeah,
if you know what, if they never took my video ideas, they would just be noise, and I wouldn't think of them as anything. But they did. They stole my Philly special video like literally a week after I put it out. Like, and then another one, they did the stadium ranking. You know, like it's just it.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
And that's the thing, man. Like we were pitching, like I was pitching them ideas. We were trying to turn it into something more than just list videos, because I was like, I know this shit is going to get boring because I'm tired of doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, can we do this? Can we try this? Can we do this? It was like, nah, this is how it's going to go.
Matt Shortle just said, TPS just uploaded 12 most embarrassing choke jobs in NFL playoff history. When 2 weeks ago, I did 10 biggest chokes of the decade. So, I mean, come on. I mean, I guess it's similar. I don't think anybody owns topics. Here's how I feel, though. You could do the exact same video as me, and I know that I'm being a little arrogant. You won't be as good as me as exactly how I do it. Like, it's just not. I'm not speaking to you directly. I'm saying some other creator, yeah, maybe SB Nation or somebody could do it way better than me, but I just don't see. I don't see TPS doing the exact same video as me and it being any better than mine. So that's how I feel about it.
I get that 100%. Like there was, I think, a conversation where you guys got tagged last year that said, you know, we were stealing videos and everything, and I kind of started, you know, chatting them. Like, I don't even watch sports video. Like, I just discovered you guys when that happened. I watch stuff like Wisecrack and Film Riot because I'm going to film school. I'm trying to make movies, and people will be like, "You guys stole this idea." It's like, man, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right, the writers might have done it, or or what's his name? I guess Alex, or I don't even know. But is your speakers up a little bit? I think we're getting echo from my voice.
My fault.
There you go. All right, we got to get these Snapchats. We could talk about TPS like all night. Jared Froman. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of feedback in your.
My bad.
Are your speakers up? Your mic might be just close to your speakers. There we go. I think that's good. All right, Jared Froman, Tree, Adam, DeQwan, how you doing? My college life is going great. Solid GPA. Packers were walloped, and I befriended a group of pretty college girls. Oh, way to go. So you're in a fraternity. Congratulations.
Possibly.
Kill it, Jared. Kill it. Yes. But you can't just be the friend. You can't be friend zoned by the pretty girls. You got to tag it. Well, you got to be smart, though.
You can't. I mean, they kind of see if you want to tag it.
Yeah, well, if you tag
it's a very weird line.
Right. You got to have serious game to run through them all. Because if you tag one of them and fuck them over, they all blacklist you. And you don't want that to happen. You got to be sneaky about it. C. Reynolds, $2. Derrick Henry needs to be handed a shitload of money. Yeah.
Oh, yes, he will be. Him and Tannehill.
He's about to get paid. Yep.
You know, I thought Frank Clark and the Chiefs were going to eat their words because they were popping big shit before the game.
I agree. Like, I thought that's the sign of usually, oh, you're destroyed. But, I mean, they just ran out of gas.
They had the talent to talk that shit, and they got lucky. They did.
Yeah. Now everyone's saying, oh, I got to eat my words. It's like,
No. All right. C. Reynolds. Oh, wait. Uncultured Barbarian. When Packers fans see Mahomes play, they are almost as happy as Chiefs fans. I'm glad he's in KC instead of being in Chicago for the next 14 years. Yeah, that would suck to be a Lions fan and watch Patty
Him or
Mahomes.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. But they got Mitch Trubisky.
Yep, and they're fucked for the next 5 to 10 years.
I thought the Khalil Mack deal was gonna be like, if they actually had a quarterback, they would be a nightmare. But I know that they're gonna commit to Mitch. I'd say by week 8, if he's playing like shit, that's when they move on. But then it's too late. Like, they're probably not gonna get anybody in free agency. I know a lot of people are saying Cam, but I don't think Cam's gonna go there. And that's
Jameis.
Like, at this stage in his career, is that really much better?
They could get Jameis.
Oh my goodness,
Marcus Mariota.
Mariota.
I know Jameis tore up the Lions secondary this year, but that would be love.
Listen, I don't see how adding Mariota, a guy that got benched by Ryan Tannehill, is somehow an improvement over Mitch Trubisky. That's all I got to say.
They'll pretend it is, so they pretend that he's competing with him.
That's all I got to say. That's like trading in your fucking shitty ass beat up, Honda Accord and then getting a Civic and just being like, all right, I'm going to trade in this 92 Accord for this 83 Civic and see how this works. C. Reynolds, 1K equals recreate that Buffalo Bill scene from Silence of the Lambs. Oh, you want me to do a frontwards roly-poly? Is that what it is? Do you know what a roly-poly is?
I'm kind of familiar with it.
It's where you tuck your junk behind and then you bend over. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Quan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Were you in a fraternity in college?
No.
Oh, you didn't do fucked up shit? I'm sure. Well, you played football, so I'm sure there's some fucked up shit in football. Yeah. Now, I know this story of I used to work with a starting center. Have I told this story? Tree, stop me if I have. This guy named Big Red, he was like 6'6", like 400 pounds. They kept teasing him because apparently he had a tiny dick. And they called him Nubby, because even though he was 6'6", 400 pounds, like he had like an inch long penis, and he finally just got tired of them teasing him, and they're fighting, and like they started just fighting in the locker room butt naked, and they were just like, and they're just going at it in the locker room, and then Alex, the guy that saw it, goes, "Hey man, looks like you punched off his dick."
Listen. The locker room fights are the scariest because it just be like dicks everywhere. And it's like, come on, guys, let's get everything situated and get clothes on first because it's just dicks flying everywhere.
Right. You don't want to see dicks flying everywher, man. That's just not cool. Like, come on. I get that they're violent people, right, in the locker room, and you play a game that is in constant contact, but please put the dicks away. Before it's time to fight.
Put the dicks away.
That's
Sir,
right.
Please put your goddamn cock away.
All right, Tree, start at Mekhi Wilson.
Oh, yes. Mekhi Wilson for 5. 49ers want to see us completely destroy the Packers and show why they didn't deserve the first-round bye. Want to see us do it again? By the way, XFL in 19 days.
I was talking to my neighbors last night, and they're like, yeah, once the football season ends, it's like I've kind of had enough football, right? I don't know how success. I wish that the XFL would only be like a 6-week league.
I wish like the AAF really soured me on the expansion stuff because it turned into a logistical mess and shut down before the season even ended.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna make it.
I think that that's too much football, and people aren't interested anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL is kind of waning because, like, it's just like people are just tired of all the shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, we get our football fix, and this is like, okay.
But I think the NFL would benefit from a strong professional minor league where they only played like almost like an extended preseason where they could evaluate fringe guys and also test out rules and systems and see how audiences and general fans respond to that shit. But it doesn't need to be a 10-week spring season with a big hoopla championship game. It's
because it's not going to be as good as what you just watched.
Yeah,
you're going to get that first week Super Bowl buzz, people still craving, and then the second week is the same thing's going to happen. Like the AAF it was okay. Yeah. Like it wasn't super exciting. The players weren't completely terrible, but who the fuck cared about? Like I can't even. They had that big hit in the first week. And
yeah,
then,
I don't even know. I can't even remember who the two players were involved in that shit. That's how far gone from my memory the AAF is. That's crazy.
And that's the thing. Like having to be in that world. Like I played in front of, I think the most was like 7,000 people at one point. And then you show up to the games where it's like 100 people. People in the spring don't give a shit about football. Yeah. They got their football fix. They need a break. They would rather like watch stuff on ESPN than like go watch the XFL because it's not going to be exciting.
Before I read this next Snapchat. All right, so you played in front of 7,000 people. I think the most people I played baseball. The most I played in front of was maybe 500. And I could, people say like you can drown out the crowd. I could hear everything in the crowd. Like I was like, holy shit, like there's a lot of people here. I hear pretty much everything and it was distracting to me. Like you kind of have to get used to it. At 7,000, is it that way or is it just so loud it doesn't even?
Well, 7,000 was indoor. The most I played was in front of 12,000.
Really?
And indoor, like the people are right. You have to acknowledge the people. Like I would have conversations in between plays with some of the fans because the people are right there. Like they're yelling at you. Right. You hear something funny. You got to pay attention to it. So like there's a championship game video. We were part of a docu-series that was on the CW at one point. And like in the middle of a play, like I'm looking up in the stands and talking to the fans, talking shit to them in the championship.
Nice.
So like there are people there that they're going to say something funny and they're going to be like, there's a guy on Twitter that I follow that he started tweeting me talking shit. And then the next week he was at one of my games. I was like, oh shit, is he going to shoot me?
Damn.
But like we've become good friends now. So, you know, it's a lot going on, but if you're focused enough, like you can ignore some of it, but some of the shit is funny.
Yeah. Because even at that level, a crowd of 500, I was like, man, I can hear everything. I can hear everything people are saying to me. I could hear all the conversations in the crowd. Like, it's not as deafening as they make it out to be, you know, or is that you can just ignore the crowd. Yeah, when the game is being played, yeah, you don't hear it. I mean, you just see the ball, but when it's time to step back out of the box, like you hear everybody for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, Brandon Davis for 15. Thank you. FPV, you should do a video showcasing the rise and fall of the big three Chicago sports teams over the last decade. Yeah, you know what? I want to do more, but that seems like more of a tree thing, you know, like I'm getting into like stadiums and like my whole thing is just being a smart ass. Like I'd have to really dive and get it deep into Chicago and all their failures. I like to do little jabs here. Like, just, fuck you. That's me. Yeah. I'm the little.
So you're like a little shiv in the, like,
yeah,
just trying to stab somebody multiple times in the chest.
Yeah, I'm just an annoying fucking asshole is what I am. C. Reynolds for 2. Joe Buck and Booger McFarland, sportscasting hell. Oh, God. I hear they're trying to throw every dollar they can at Tony Romo for Monday
I don't
night.
blame them for it, but I doubt they get him because CBS is going to match any offer he gets.
You know who else is bad? Damn. Just fucking left my mind. Who did we just say? Joe Buck and Booger. Oh, Collinsworth.
Collinsworth is
okay. He's just like
he's just a stuffy white guy. You know what I mean? Like that's Chris Collinsworth. He's like, yeah, I can't believe that. And you're just like, yeah, but him and Al Michaels is so good that he kind of cancels out Collinsworth. Like
oh man. I love Al Michaels and Kevin Harlan.
Oh, Kevin Harlan's so good.
And he should be doing Monday Night Football.
Can you do a Kevin Harlan imitation, Tree? Do you have one?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. And the cat is elusive. No,
it's hard. It's hard. It's yeah.
Because like you got to get like a deep voice that just like kind of like has like that sort of like.
You ever see the stinger he did for Red Dead Redemption?
It's so unique. He can't be imitated.
I'm calling both games.
that was really good, and the Black Cat call was really good.
The Black Cat is legendary, man.
Like Gus Johnson, like he's easy to do. It's like there's a seam, like that's it. That's Gus Johnson, right? But Kevin Harlan's much harder to imitate
because he's so animated.
Yes. Steve L., if you guys get $1,000, you guys should do the male rompers with makeup on and dance with the Buffalo Bill song from Silence of the Lambs. What is it with you guys with Buffalo Bill? Huh?
Because they're creepy motherfuckers.
They want us to make a skin suit out of each other? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Goodbye, horses.
Uh-huh.
No, the skin suits out of the other sports personalities on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Gadzooks for 10. I like this one. Play-by-play commentary is a tough job. In order to succeed, you either need to be quick talking or really knowledgeable. Think Vin Scully. Also, early Super Bowl MVP picks. Yeah, think about it. Like someone like Vin Scully, not only does he have a great voice, he calls the action in such a way that makes it compelling. You know, he's like, line drive up the right side.
Let's take this time out to talk about Farmer Frank's pure pork hot dog.
I like that. Was good. I like that.
Or if Hans Bowman does the game, there's a line drive foul.
It's a really. That was what my undergrad degree was in communication. So they threw us on a basketball game. I think I was a color guy. I had the worst performance ever.
You were like the boom goes the dynamite. Was that
like it wasn't? No, I didn't freeze up. I was just talking I couldn't stop talking, and I was just saying the wrong things. I didn't do any research, so I was just up there like winging it. And I didn't play basketball, so it was like, I kind of know what I'm talking about because I'm black, but I don't really know what I'm talking about.
All right. I'm gonna ask. Oh man, should I do this? Fuck. All right. Well, all right. No, I'm not gonna do it. Not now. Maybe in the green room after, and then you'll tell me whether this was bad to do. All right. Just remind me about midgets, okay? When the show's over, just say midgets. Okay. Well, I can't.
I don't want to know now.
Okay? Who do you think would win in a basketball game? 5 black midgets or 5 regular Asians?
Listen,
5 full-grown male, like.
I'm going with the midgets.
Me too, 100%. And I'm Asian. The midgets all the way. The midgets are gonna cross. Right.
There's a mixtape of a midget that like he goes around and he plays basketball and he crosses over other midgets. He made this one midget fall like he felt like a bowling pin. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter. It's probably one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life.
No, I think I used to use that clip in my videos. There's a midget, he's just chucking threes and he's just like,
yeah,
yes, it's him. Yeah, and
he's got that like real awkward shaped head.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like everyone I've asked that question has always taken the midgets. They're like, there's no way the Asians.
Listen,
unless they're
only giving up maybe 3 or 4 inches.
The only chance that the Asians have is if they're all Filipino. That's the only chance that they would have. All right, we're demonetized. All right, that's fine.
We've been mega demonetized.
Demonetized. All right. Super Bowl MVP picks. I think Mahomes is the lock. If the Chiefs win, he's the MVP for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tied by that.
Niners win, I would probably say it might be
Kittle.
Mostert or Kittle?
Yeah. Mostert was a beast. Holy shit.
Man. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill.
All right,
I think I'll be salty if that happens.
Yeah. That would be one where he gets the MVP, but Patrick Mahomes gets to do the Disney World commercial.
Patrick Mahomes got like 5 touchdowns, but Tyreek Hill got 3 of them.
Right.
Yep. Patrick Mahomes then puts ketchup on the Lombardi Trophy and starts to.
Right, but Disneyland isn't going to be like, oh, we got to put Tyreek Hill in the commercial because they'll get backlash for the domestic violence thing. So they'll have to be like, Patrick, you just won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. They cannot let that happen.
Just like when Ray Lewis won Super Bowl MVP and they're like, Trent Dilfer, you just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do now? I'm going to Disney World. Okay. And Ray Lewis is all in the back, just kissing the MVP trophy. All right. The Simpsons since 90, SB23 in Miami. Niners won. SB29 in Miami. Niners won. Hoping the Niners get a Super Bowl hat trick. Miami Super Bowl hat trick. Groundskeeper Willie rules. I do like Groundskeeper Willie.
The shitting.
Groundskeeper Willie. Yep. I wonder why Scots haven't gotten pissed about that stereotype.
Yeah. They should end Groundskeeper Willie if they're going to cancel out Pooh.
Groundskeeper Willie or the Bumblebee Man, they got to cancel him.
Dr. Nick is offensive to Hispanics.
For incompetent doctors.
Yep.
Miss Hoover is for like the teachers who don't give a fuck.
Ned Flanders is offensive to white Baptists. All right. We're demonetized. All right.
We've been
C. Reynolds for 2. NASCAR is deader than Daddy McDetterson. Nah, you're just saying that because this is the dark time for NASCAR. Come February, everyone will bust out their Daytona 500 jackets. You know, the really big ones with the patches on it and shit. And they'll fucking be all back into NASCAR again. I'll be watching the Daytona 500. I like racing.
I wonder how did it get, like, when I was growing up, it was like kind of cool. Like Jeff Gordon and the NASCAR jackets made their way into Pontiac, Michigan, which I don't think anybody's ever seen a NASCAR race in that city. Like, what's going on now? Like, the last thing I remember is when the guy killed the guy on the racetrack.
Tony Stewart, yeah, on a dirt track.
Tony Stewart, yeah. And now every time he says something on Twitter, everybody says, "Didn't you kill a guy?"
Yeah. It's sad because that guy like kind of got in front of him. He was trying to avoid him. I don't know. It's very ambiguous. Like, he was just dirt racing for fun and ends up killing a kid by complete accident. I cannot think that he meant to kill that kid, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just been sad, but you know, we have to ignore that come February when the Daytona 500 comes around. All right, Tree, start at Frank McMahon.
Frank McMahon for 5. I'll be pulling for fellow Texas Tech alumni Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Did you know he's the first QB from a Texas college to start in the Super Bowl?
No
really?
Shit. No shit. I didn't know that.
No shit. I did not know that either. Frank McMahon for 5. Super Bowl 54. Also known as the Steve Bono, Elvis Gerbach, Steve DeBerg, Alex Smith, and Joe Montana Bowl.
Yep, those are all guys that... Yep.
I forgot about Steve DeBerg.
I forgot about Elvis Gerbach completely.
I remember Elvis Gerbach.
Number 9? No. Was he number 19?
I think it was number 9. No, I don't even know.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Was a team number. It was a real ugly number too.
Yeah. 19, I think 19. I think 19 is it. Keyshawn's number. That's right.
Brandon Davis for 5. Last thing, the college basketball season is insane. When Pitt beats North Carolina by 20, you know there's a glitch in the matrix. North Carolina in general has just been poor.
Is somebody injured? Are there players injured? Did Roy Williams?
No, they just don't have talent. Like Roy Williams pretty much said, this is one of the most untalented teams I've ever coached.
Wow. So they basically pulled the Warriors and like lost all their best players and now
pretty much
trash. But he's probably working on some crazy recruit and, you know, buying him a house in, you know, wherever he's from.
Well, they'll play it under the radar and say it's a donation to a family member so they don't get caught in the sanctions. That's how you do the NCAA. That's what Penny Hardaway failed to realize.
Rick Pitino is going to have a job next year, for sure. For sure.
Because the NCAA is a fucking scam.
If Art Briles is coaching somewhere right now, trying to cover up a murder between... Dude,
Art Briles almost got a job coaching, and that job went to Bobby Petrino. Bobby Petrino has a job in the FCS.
Sorry, I got my Baylor crooked coaches confused. Art Briles covered up the sex scandals. That's right. But now he's coaching somewhere. I forget.
I think he's like coaching at a high school.
Yeah. He should. Yeah,
I feel like
he
there's
needs
going
to
to be.
Go ahead.
No, I feel like there's going to be another really big one really soon.
A big pop? You know what the thing is? Like Sean Miller and Will Wade and those guys are under intense fire. They're still coaching. Like no one cares. Everyone knows that the NCAA is dirty and that everyone is circumventing the rules. And we're just like, oh, March Madness is here. You know? Like we're like, let's fill out our bracket. Like every March, we're like, oh shit, I gotta get my bracket in before Wednesday at 1:00. It's not fucking, oh, these guys are cheating. How dare you? Sure. We're like, what time is the games on? Beast Metal 1989, $5. Joe Buck should be turned into a Moonanite. Ironically, they're incapable of mooning people, as demonstrated in their prank war with the Plutonians. What show is in that in reference to? A Moonanite.
I have no idea.
I think he made it up. I don't know.
No, that's got to be something. Come on. A Moonanite? That's like a Mennonite, but with mooning people. Mayhem of the Moon and... Oh, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Okay. That's funny. All right. Tree, pick up where...
I'll keep on going. Let's go. Don't feed Phil for 5. Last night's game was hard to watch, but coming from 6-9-1 last year, I'm optimistic for next season. A good first year for Matt LaFleur. I mean, they improved. I just didn't think they were 13-3, Callum.
You could tell though that Rodgers and LaFleur were not on the same page like most of the season.
Rodgers seems like he's been adversarial for a lot of things.
It's like being a lead. Go ahead.
I don't think it was. I just think the Niners are that good, man. Like they were gonna kick their ass regardless.
Yeah, that's true. You got to give the Niners credit. They beat the shit out of them.
Like you just had the ball 6 times in the conference championship. I mean,
and from the guy with the Green Bay avatar said, "P.S. Lion's gonna lion." Yeah,
I hate that. So it's either because there's no way to dispute it. Like I hate that and same old Lions. That shit, boy, if I get tweeted that shit boils my blood.
Yeah, but me as a Knicks fan, it's like whenever someone's like, yeah, you know, the Knicks suck, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys got to experience joy at one point or another.
Losing in the finals in 2000, like
one playoff win in the Super Bowl era.
Yeah. We blew though. I mean, it is just as heartbreaking though to blow it in the finals against a team that you should absolutely be crushing than it is to not win at all. It's just as bad, I think, to not experience the joy.
Who are you talking about?
I'm saying the Knicks in '94.
The Rockets one.
Yeah. They should have won that series easily, and John Starks in Game 7 just started hoisting up bricks like you wouldn't believe, and then they lost. And they haven't gotten close since. It's been pathetic. All right. Go ahead.
I like the theory. Do you think the Rockets would have beat the Bulls if Jordan didn't have to retire?
Absolutely not. The Bulls. I was talking to my wife about this. Like she was like, "Why do people think that MJ is better than LeBron?" I was like, or Steph Curry. I was like, no one. I don't think in the history of the NBA has ever gotten the ball with a minute left and everyone in the crowd knew that the game was over. No one has ever put that sense of doom feeling in the league since MJ. Am I right about that? Like
I say the closest is Kobe.
And Kobe would try to play hero ball all the time to take that last shot. MJ would beat you in so many ways. Like, remember in game 1 of, I think, the 96 finals, MJ came down the court and you're just like,
Kerr.
I know he's going to score. He passes to Steve Kerr and Kerr nails a jumper like just so easily. And you're like, son of a bitch. Fucking
Durant twice in the finals. That's a good point.
But
I think KD has it. I think he got it on the Warriors. I'd like to see if he still has it now.
Yeah, but Durant also had, games where he was terrible.
Yeah. Oh man, Clay saved their ass so many times.
Yeah. All right, third degree Top Gun for $49.99. He just jumps to the top of the line here.
Very nice.
Here's to a good Super Bowl with minimal ref ball. Shout out to Purdue grad Raheem Mostert for a monster game. I predicted Chiefs win because that offense is too explosive. On a separate note, other than sports, what do you guys nerd out about? Gosh, I nerd out about so many things. My favorite channel, I watch Science Channel like all day. My wife gets pissed off about it because I'm just like, I'll watch Mysteries of the Abandoned like every episode pretty much back to back. And I'll watch How It's Made for all day. Just, get a little and watch some How It's Made. That's my jam. But no, I like to nerd out about many things. What about you guys?
I nerd out about history. That's my nerd.
That's your nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Quad?
I like movies, man. Since I started going to film school, like I'm like a film nerd. I don't want to call myself, a cinephile because that's weird. But all I do is like break down movies and try to watch movies and understand how they're made.
Dude, I had this class in college where all we did was watch movies, and then I would pay attention.
Film appreciation.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking amazing. When you learn how movies are made, and just when you learn when a director really takes a shot and makes it scientific, you're like, wow, I did feel that way when I saw this shot. Like the Joker was so well made, and what's his name? Phillips, I think, was the director, and he was talking about
Phillips,
how he set up the shots and how he wanted you to feel in this moment. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so subtle but so brilliant,
Yeah, man. If you learn how movies are made, you understand them a lot better. I get intentions a lot more. It's been a really fun process, and I've been trying to integrate it into some of the stuff that I'm doing. And it's.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. You know who's I've seen his stuff since he left TPS, Mike Cantalupo's stuff that he does.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant creator. He's much more than just, and you're this way too, much more than just some guy that just talks shit about sports from in front of a webcam. I see it with you too. It's a shame that for now, until the transition is done, initially people are going to connotate you with TPS, but I think over time you'll get over that, for sure.
Yeah, I've been saying that this phase of my career is the fuck TPS phase because it's I got to talk about it, and it was a big part of where I am now. But Mike, I think Mike was the quintessential piece for that channel because he was the one who had he basically took over the reins from them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why they kind of pulled some of the stuff back, because he wanted to go in a different direction. And then he was kind of going off and doing his own thing. And they were like, oh, you're not bigger than the team, I guess.
Right. But he also made them, he helped make them what they were. He was
I think that 100%.
Yeah. All right. We got Trevor Teormina for 2. How about the collapse by the Bruins yesterday? Yeah, so they were up 3-0.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
You love seeing Marchand eat his own dick. You love that. Mm-hmm. That was.
You forget how cheap Chara is too. It's just quick little jabs when no one's looking.
Yeah, Chara's you know what? Crosby's a dirty player too. Crosby will hit you when the ref's not looking, but Chara does it a lot too. Yeah. And don't try to defend Crosby, Tree. Okay.
That's a trigger for him right there.
Take your
Crosby is a saint.
Take your 2 cups and shut the fuck up.
No, God damn it, no.
Beast of Metal.
King Henrik's being wasted.
3 cups.
How do you feel about that?
By the way, Beast of Metal 1989 for 5. Cutler wasn't drafted by the Bears. He was run out of Denver. You're right, by McDaniels. Yeah, but they picked him up as a free agent, I believe, right?
It was a trade.
Trade. That's right. First rounder or something. Yeah, that was dumb. They ran him out of Denver, and then Tebow came in, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ravens fan 842. Lamar needs some Joe Flacco playoff success. Lamar.
He's still young, man.
Oh my God, he's got all the right thing. I think Lamar will be just fine. I think he just needs to get more experience. You know,
their offense is hard. It's like, I guess I would compare it to like the Rockets in the playoffs, because all that regular season run around shit works in the regular season.
Yep.
But in the playoffs, you got to have their offense had no rhythm because all year they've been relying on Lamar to do this thing.
Yeah. Playoff football, like, this is maybe a bad analogy, but like, okay, so I've done Brazilian jiu-jitsu for a long time. Like, when you're just screwing around on the mat and sparring, like, you can dominate people, but when it's a tournament and people are going as hard as they can, yeah, it's like, holy shit, like, that don't work. What I was doing in class, you know, and playoff football is just like that. When someone's going 99, 100%, it ain't the same. So, all right. Zach Berman for $4.99. You can replace one actor in one movie with Schlosser in a male romper. Who do you pick? We referenced this earlier. I'm going to take Joaquin Phoenix out of the Joker.
What?
And put Urinating Tree in a Merry Christmas romper and star him into his slow decline into mental lunacy. That's what I'm going to do. Fat guy in a little coat.
Hold on. Are you replacing Spade or Farley?
Who? Oh, Spade or Farley. I gotta make Tree be Spade's character, because Farley would be too easy, right? You don't want to give him all the good lines either. Except for housekeeping. That was a great line.
Mm-hmm. I could pull off the deadpan.
Yeah, you could. Mike Engels for 10. I broke down as a Bears fan and decided to root for the Packers. But during the game, their fans did nothing but take pot shots at the Bears. So screw their team and fuck their fans.
First of all, you never, ever, ever go ass to mouth.
Mm-mm.
Secondly, you never, ever cheer within the division.
Yeah, you don't do that. I would never root for the Eagles, Redskins, or Cowboys to do anything other than die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tree,
Nobody.
You at Scrub God. Oh, we might
Yep,
end on
Scrub
time
God
tonight.
for 2. A total poo-poo sperms. Also, that Jimmy G shirt.
Count them.
Mm-hmm. Did Jimmy G have
Don't feed Phil for... Oh. No, I think Kittle had like a topless Jimmy G shirt on.
Oh, nice.
During his press conference. Don't feed Phil for 2. You guys should try to get Tom Grossi on the show.
Who is Tom Grossi? That Giants fan?
I think he's a Packers fan.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should offset all this Lions energy with some Packer energy.
Listen, we can't do that.
You'll never come back.
Not today.
Nah, I don't know, man. Getting guests, like, you know, some people love us, and then others are like, "Who? Who are you?" You know.
Like
Thank God we have.
We're just.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Unimportant schlubs.
Yeah.
Gadzooks for 10. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Baseball Hall of Fame voting results will be announced tomorrow. Jeter is getting in for sure, but do you guys like Walker and Schilling will get in this year? Both are close.
I think Walker gets closer, but
I hope Walker makes it in. He deserves to be in.
Foolish Baseball has finally convinced me that he should be in just from his incessant whining about it. So, yeah, fuck it. Just put him in. Just put Larry Walker in.
Do you think that, like, this Astro scandal is kind of like a big, like, I know the White Sox scandal back in 2008 was bad. Do you think this is up there with that?
It's bad, man.
It's pretty bad. The MLB is trying desperately to bury this thing.
Yeah, they want it to go away like as
They wouldn't have even announced it if like everyone found out about it.
My biggest problem with it, and I think, is the punishment was too light, and none of the players involved have gotten any type of punishment. And I think the reason why they're doing that is because if they start handing out player suspensions and things, they're, number one, they're hurting their product. Number two, they're going to have to go through every clubhouse and figure out everyone that was cheating, you know?
Yeah.
Like by them just punishing the Astros and, you know, getting a couple guys fired that will have jobs by next year. That's not, you know, that was their sort of Band-Aid solution without hurting the product. And I think it's ironically hurting the product. So I think we want as fans for there to be accountability, because this cheating definitely goes deeper than just a couple guys and, you know, a camera. I think other teams were doing it, and I think a lot of players aren't owning up to it either. I think Bregman is guilty as fuck, by the way. I think he's all over that. But yeah, and this is another quote that I hate, is like, if you aren't cheating, you aren't trying. No, you're cheating. like you're just cheating. Like all of us know, like you played Madden, right? All of us know we could all set up an IP booter and put it on our box, and if we're losing, just boot the other person's IP and get that W on our record. But we don't do it because it's not fun, right? Or it's cheating. And I don't know. I don't find that type of cheating to be clever or dismissible in any way or acceptable.
Like that's like 100%. Like, how do you feel about Bonds then?
I don't know. I used to be really hardcore against it because me as a baseball player, I tried to lift weights. I tried to get as good as I can, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, if someone would have come to me with a needle when I was like 16 and said, look, you stick this in your ass, you'll play D1 college baseball, you'll start and maybe get looked at by a couple of scouts, I probably would have done it. But the hypocrite in me can look at Barry Bonds and say, well, you did it and you cheated. So it's hard for me to say. I used to be very against it, but at the same time, I kind of get it. So I don't know. I don't have a definitive take on Barry Bonds at this point. So how do you feel about it?
I don't know, man, because I don't condone like I never cheated on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I never cheated on the field or in any sport, so it's like I don't condone or prove it. That like that's I think that's more so the integrity thing. Like is why, you know, TPS didn't really fit. Is like I don't like not playing or operating without integrity. Like I try to be as honest as possible, and if I can't do it, I'm gonna get better.
Right.
But Bonds was a monster.
Oh, he should be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
And I just can't say without a doubt he's the greatest.
He
just
would
because,
have been.
like, I don't really even know who is.
Yeah, that is. He's a conundrum for sure. Cult of Christensen for $4.99. Crap, I'm late, but if the 49ers try to do the run game in the SB like they did versus the Titans, Chiefs are going to crush the 49ers. Also, best player in the playoff, Patrick Mahomes, no doubt.
Yeah, probably Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes, easy.
I think the Niners adjusted to what the Packers tried to do with them versus, you know, just intentionally running the ball like that. I think the Packers played off. They didn't put 8 in the box, and they were like, they should have made Jimmy G beat him with his arm, but the Niners were like, fuck it, we're going to run. We're going to run, and we're going to run all over you. And they did. John Kushak, $4.99. Andy Reid motive of winning is fast food at the White House.
Well, he had a cheeseburger after he won, so
yeah, well,
it could work.
I just saw the picture of this Joker.
Oh yeah, here we go in the background.
Yeah,
you guys are good. Thank you for not adding porn to me, by the way. I appreciate that. You know? Even though this is pretty much porn right here.
That's horrible, unsightly images.
All right. Read from Alex. Tree.
Yep, Alex Moreno for 5. Sorry for the delay, gentlemen. Here to share my cash. Hi, DeQwan. I'm a huge fan, by the way. Also, I got a new bass from Ken's. I will play for you at the end.
All right, we'll bring you on at the end. Play it.
Kurt Coble for 1,000. You guys should do meth live on stream.
I mean, why not? We're already demonetized. Shit, for 1,000.
We're gonna be mega demonetized. Nah, we'll just be banned.
Think of all the meth that we'll be able to buy.
Oh, yeah. Scrub God for 2. The AAF player I missed the most, Philip Nelson.
Oh.
Philip Nelson. Was he the,
Wasn't he
Hot Shots quarterback?
Yeah. He sounds like a reliever for the Yankees. Philip Nelson. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a middle reliever.
For 2, Mike Lang's son.
Mm.
Good old Mike Lang. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Alex Moreno for 2, Song of the Week, My Sacrifice by you-know-who. Lol.
Who sings My Sacrifice?
Probably Nickelback or Creed.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Keep her going.
And Alex Moreno for $2. The Super Bowl MVP car, a used 1999 Geo Metro.
That's what my wife...
That's actually would be a good Super Bowl MVP car.
Yeah. Here you go. Just
Alex Moreno. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Oh, my favorite.
My favorite Dr. Nick skit is when he's operating on Homer and they're like, think back to medical school, think back to your training. And then it's Dr. Nick at a party and he's talking to some hot chick. He's like, yeah, I can get pure pharmaceutical grade cocaine.
And one more by Alex Moreno. Lucy, my dog, just ate Ken's old Raiders pillow.
Oh,
maybe that's a sign.
You don't need the Raiders pillow in your house.
We're going to Vegas.
That's right.
Ninja Llama for 2. Rutgers top 25 for the first time since 1979. Let's fucking go.
I heard about that today. It's like they're top 25 in basketball when everything else they do is a complete dumpster fire. Now, they are good at women's basketball, but still. I cannot believe that they're ranked in basketball. They might even make the tournament. Keep her going.
Definitely, man. Let's go. My life is a dumpster fire for 10. Remember the last time the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Not terribly thrilled that the Chiefs are in. At least it's not the fucking Patriots. FYTB.
I think everyone...
Fuck you, Tom Brady.
Every NFL fan just let out a collective sigh of relief when the Patriots were eliminated, right? Like, everyone's like, all right, at least we're going to get a new matchup. You know, we already knew the Rams were out. We're like, all right, well, let's see who it is.
These playoffs were great, man. Like, it was fresh matchups. It was new teams, like new stars. Everything was great about these playoffs.
New failure, like
we had fresh memes that were generated from the pile.
Yep, absolutely. Lots of fresh.
We had old memes reemerge.
Old memes, new. So if Reed loses the Super Bowl, is that full Reed?
I'd say it might amplify. I don't know if it'll be full Reed, but we'll see.
It's
either like something's getting avenged. It's either Reed's choking or 28-3.
It's either Shanahan or Reed getting me.
Look at y'all trying to. This man's the GOAT. Who is that back here? Whoa! Wow. Okay, I don't know who that is. Keep her going, Tree.
I have no idea. Let's go sad Frisbee for 5. Rick Pitino will not leave the Greek powerhouse Panathinaikos. Sorry. Also, side note, fuck Panathinaikos, those bastards.
That's like the Manchester United of the Greek league, right?
I think so, yeah. And C. Reynolds for 2. How it's made is basically machine porn.
Yeah. Basically.
And Nick Shannon for 2. Is CBJ the biggest surprise in hockey so far? They're up there. Pittsburgh, I'd say, is a surprise. Edmonton, a little bit. I would say, I'm disappointment why San Jose is way down there.
Yeah.
So CBJ is just injured to hell, and they're just rattling off the winning.
Are they going to
streak.
make the playoffs? Let's see. NHL standings here. Hold on. All right, we got. we're actually gonna end on time for once.
Crazy. Like we're not doing 2.5 hours.
Yeah, nobody super chatted $1,000 to see us in makeup. Fucking A, man. Yeah, Blue Jackets are 20. You know what's pissing me off is that the Rangers are playing like good here and there, and they're way out of a playoff spot. Like they got to get their shit together. They have a chance to make the playoffs.
It's consistency, man.
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah, maybe they'll trade Georgiev for a blue liner or something. You know. All right. So that's it. We've made it through the Snapper chats, an hour and 50 in. Now, Christian said that he wanted to shoot his shot tonight. Or Chris Quintanilla, but I don't see him in the server. I just put him in. So if he doesn't get in within the next 5 minutes, we're going to end the show. But let's Alex, go ahead and unmute yourself. You want to play your bass here.
Yeah, I just got to figure out how to do this without my right hand.
I've been trying to do that for my entire life.
I'll tell you what, let Chris shoot his shot while I figure this thing out.
All right, Chris, are you here? Unmute yourself. I don't know if you got to make sure that your mic is the input there. He's in the server. But he's muted. I can't hear him.
Testing.
No, that's you, Alex. That's not Chris. Can't hear him.
No, I'm just testing the mic.
Oh, okay. Oh, I need to enable voice activity. There we go. Save changes. All right, Christian. Hello? All right, Christian. You have 1 minute. Hold on, let me get the timer to shoot your shot. Are you there? No, that's Alex.
No, it seems like he's on, but it's just like it's.
Maybe he's speaking like maybe he forgot to hit go live and he's just doing his whole act right now.
Could be. That's how it always is, dude.
He's probably dropping just serious fucking smack.
Guys.
Oh,
hello.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we hear you.
What's up, man?
How's it going, guys? I'm a big fan.
All right, hold on. Let me get the timer out. Don't start yet. You got to go when it's time. Ready? All right.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Your minute. Shoot your shot.
All right. So, great AFC title game, guys. Courtesy of the Miami Dolphins, because the Chiefs won't be in it. The Chiefs would have been in it because of the bye week that the Dolphins gave them. And Tannehill, that's the Dolphins too. They gave him for pennies on the dollar. And it's going to be here in Miami for the AFC team. So I think one of them should wear, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. The Chiefs should wear a Dolphins patch to say thank you. And 5, no, my girlfriend would not be with a bald man, but she did like the romper. All right, I'm good.
All right, so he went with 40 seconds. Hey, that's not bad. I think if you had a better connection, we would rate you higher. Tree, what are you gonna give him?
They're like a 5.5.
You're gonna give him 5.5. Okay.
That's just plain biased. Maybe he can't help that his provider sucks.
So it was all right.
Yeah. Not everyone has a Yeti, microphone sitting at home.
I appreciate the comedy level he brought.
Yeah, you appreciate the effort. What do you give him on a score of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. I give it a strong 6.
Strong 6. Yeah, that for a debut, 6 is tough. Is a nice score. I'd say, yeah, I liked his accent. Like, I think if he had more time to prepare and had a better connection, I think I'm gonna give him a 6.5. And he gave me romper shade at the end, which saved it. It would have been a flat 6.
The joke saved it.
Yeah, it would have been a flat 6, but he went 0.5 up there. So I'll give him 6.5 for a final score. Very good effort. Very good first effort there. Mm-hmm. Now we'll have to find a new one. Someone brave enough to get roasted by us.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you've already been on the show, man. You're a full panel guest, asshole.
That's a good point.
I know.
Sorry.
All right, you spend your entire paycheck on us. Like, of course you can come
because
on.
I love you guys. This
I know.
gives me something to look forward to each week.
I know, and we love you too, because you introduced the show to Dan McGuire. That's.
Oh yeah, I get that.
All
Also,
right.
he actually saw him on. I saw him earlier today. Thing is, he's picking the Niners because he thinks their defense is more dynamic and able to cope. He claims that if they can shut down Mahomes, they can shut down them pretty much the whole Super Bowl.
I don't. Betting on someone to shut down Mahomes is
Hard.
is not a good bet because the Patriots, even
No.
with that ridiculous defense they had last year, did not shut down Pat Mahomes.
They really couldn't.
All right, play your bass so we can end before 10 o'clock for once.
Okay, here's me brand new 5-string. Hang on. 1, 2.
All right. That was like excellent.
The low end is shaking the car next to me.
I think, did Mario Fan, was that the last, or was this a new one here? Good job, by the way, Alex.
Mario Fan, I think that is a new one.
Oh, okay. For $5. Seahawks Fan here. Any advice on how I should cope with my buckets of salt about the Niners being in the Super Bowl? It's tough, man. I had to watch the Eagles win a Super Bowl. So in one night, I lost every meme and every argument against Eagles fans. Just RIP. Just in one night that happened. So I don't know what to do. Just cry.
Pretty much. That's how it always goes.
Yep.
I had to put up with the Seahawks beating the Broncos. That was just as salty.
Yeah, that would make it hurt. All right, Alex, thank you for coming in and playing your bass. We appreciate you and love you. Okay, it's time to wrap up the show.
Alex.
Yes. It's time to wrap up the show. Tree, any final thoughts?
And keep watching the fire.
No,
I'm
sir.
gonna mute
Just
you
trying
now.
to keep building the damn office, release the haters guide this week, and
So
trying to whip my ass back into doing shit.
what is that paneling that you're putting on the office? Is that just...
Soundproof foam?
Oh, I need to get that. I don't know if it makes
Yep,
a huge difference.
It does a little bit. The reason why I did it there is because the walls in that room are really hollow, so the sound bounces off.
So just as we're fucking trying to end the show, that son of a bitch, Kevin Von Michael Magnum, drops a $200 fucking Snapchat on us.
Come on, you people
Come
are crazy.
on. Quan, put that hat in your mouth. Start eating. Kevin says, I regret to announce I will no longer be on the DF as I feel I have to get both my outside life back in order. Despite my pessimism, I am extremely proud of my Titans pulling off what they did in the playoffs. Thank you, Adam, for the fun these last couple of months. Damn it, Kevin.
I completely understand, though, brother.
I feel as if this is sarcasm in some way, but I also feel the realness of it.
Sometimes you got to get your shit together. Yeah. I know that.
Are you taking a break until football season comes back and you can have optimism about the Titans? I'm sorry that happened, but yeah, it was tough. I was in on you guys. I wanted the Titans to win. I went on that other podcast and said I picked the Titans 26-21 and they didn't do it, but all right, Kevin, we'll see you soon.
Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Yep.
Hope you get your life together, my man.
Get your life together. That was depressing. I was all excited that it was 200, and then he's like, I'm not coming on the show anymore. F's in the chat for Kevin, everybody. F's in the chat.
He'll still be around, though, man. Just not here.
Just not here. He'll probably move on to somebody else and give them huge donations and show them love. Hey, who sent me Hai Chu from Thailand, by the way? Who did that? Someone mailed me some apple-flavored Hai Chu.
Ooh.
From Thailand, of all places.
Maybe people... the problem is you inadvertently doxed yourself, so it's like...
Yeah, I know. I put my address on screen, Quan, one time, and people started sending me stuff. All right. Quan, do you have any final thoughts for the night?
I just want to give all the praise to the San Francisco 49ers for doing what needed to be done putting Aaron Rodgers out of his misery. I love the guy as a football player. I think everybody does, except for his family. But on this weekend, this glorious weekend, we say, fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Damn, ice cold. TIE Fighter, did you send me high chews? Was that you? All right. Thank you very much for joining us, DeQwan Young and Tree, whatever. I don't know why you keep showing up, but I guess you're the
It's because I'm a bum. I just keep like I pop in, I squat.
I mean,
squatter.
We suck dicks for super chats. That's what we do.
We did midgets already, right?
Yeah, we did. All right. Thank you so much for coming out. Thanks to the mods. I saw you putting in work, Omega, Beast of Metal, Nick Man, Dodger couldn't make it. She was sick. Kevin, sorry for the loss, buddy. I know that was hard to endure, but the Chiefs were just the better team. Everybody else, thank you for all the donations. Alex, everyone that showed up. And I'm 5pointsvids. We'll see you. Oh, wait. I guess next week we'll do our official Super Bowl predictions, right? We got our preview in this week, but now we'll get our predictions. All right. I'm 5pointsvids, and you made it to the end